Happy day to all. I am Dr.A.Amutha, Assistant Professor of Physics, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivagasi, the Material Science and IPR course. Today I am going to talk about interpretation. All of you welcome this video. Now what is research proposal? How it is arise? If you are going somewhere, you find some problem means you can solve that problem. That purpose you can think in the different way. Then finally you can solve the problems. That is called research. Okay. So how you are thinking, that is interpretation. Okay. Now you can see the problem identification. There are different steps used for research proposal. The first one is how to identify the problem, then collect the relevant data, then we have to write the problem statement, then you have to write the literature survey, that literature survey based on previous research and current research. Okay. Next, from that you can write hypothesis, then find the methodology. This methodology is used in different fields. Then after the methodology you have to collect the data, that is results. It may be collected and you have to enter the data, then analyze the data. Finally you can do the interpretation. This interpretation is important. We are going to see about this interpretation briefly in this video. Next we have to discuss all the things, then finally we can conclude in the research findings. Okay. This is research proposals. So in these are the steps we are following to write the research proposal. Okay. Here we are only focusing interpretation. Okay. So next we have to learn about research proposal, then learn about meaning of interpretation and how to interpret the data, and the interpretation how which is used in research. That we are going to learn from this video. So in research proposal there contains different steps, that is identifying the purpose and designing a research plan, then collecting the data, then we have to interpreting the data. This is the important thing. Next you have to reporting the findings. Okay. Then in research proposal, after collecting the data we have to analyze it and you have to take the inference. You have to conclude the inference. That inference may be correct one. So if it is not correct means the entire findings may be spoiled. Okay. Then it is only through the interpretation that the researchers can expose relations and process that underline their findings. Okay. Then next you can see the research proposal. Many people are doing hypothesis testing. Okay. In this testing they can conclude one generalization concept. Suppose they are not used the hypothesis concept, then they go for some other theory. That theory, from that theory many questions will arise. Okay. From that questions the research may be extant. Okay. So all the analytical information, consequential inferences will be communicated. Okay. It may be the report writing. These reports are communicated to the customers. That report writing may be the one person or many people or group of people, it may be done. Okay. Then how to know the meaning of interpretation refers to the task of drawing inferences from the collected facts after an analytical and or experimental study. In fact, it is a search for broader meaning of research findings. The interpretations which has two major aspects, the effort to establish continuity in research through linking the results of a given study with those of another, and the establishment of some explanatory concepts. Okay. Next, meaning of interpretation. In one sense, interpretation is concerned with the relationship with the data partially overlapping analysis. Interpretation also extends beyond the data of study to include the results of other research, theory and hypothesis. Thus, interpretation is a device through which the factors that seems to explain which has been observed by researchers in the course of the study can be better understand, and it also provides a theoretical conception which can serve as guide for further researchers. So interpretation is important to do the further research. Okay. So how to interpret the data? So what is interpretation? So data interpretation is the process of understanding, organizing and interpreting the given data to draw the conclusions. Okay. So we can't use the raw data as such. So we have to interpret the data. That purpose interpretation is very much important. Data may be presented in different forms like features, graphs, charts, bars, etc., tabular columns, etc. Okay, from that we can conclude, we can write some summary. From that summary we can write the conclusion. So data interpretation is help to develop concepts and write new conclusions, and also it provide recommendations for new research. Okay, identify trends and make predictions, that also the interpretation is used. Okay, so interpretation is very much important for applications. Implementation of research results is mainly based on the data interpretation. Better data interpretation help to understand the underlying phenomena, concepts, principles, etc. So the research proposals, first the question will be arise, the next we can collect the data, then clean and organize the data perfectly, then analyze the data. From that analyzing we can interpret the results. Okay, after interpreting the result only we can communicate the findings. Okay, so interpretation is important. Okay, next, the role of interpretation research, how the interpretation applied in that research. So here I am giving one example. Okay, now you can see this video here. From this video you can learn how to interpret and how to think about the research findings. Okay, how we can think the research problem. Okay, here there are two distances. Here there is a gap between the land. Okay, here how this person want to travel this travel this distance. Okay, then that purpose he is thinking plan A, he plan to jump but it is not possible. Plan B, his leg height is very small, so it is not, it is also failed. Next he plan to think plan C. Okay, so we can see the plan C. How he want to take one stick. Okay, so plan C, he is going and taking the stick and come back. You can see this stick. So he want to make the bridge. Okay, this stick is very small, very thin. Okay, now he want to travel this, but what happened? This stick is very thin, so it may be broken. So it is also not possible. This plan also failed. So he is thinking another way. So what he planned to take number of sticks and combine together. Okay, then after that he want to make the bridge. Okay, now you can see he made the bridge perfectly. Now he want to travel. He is easily moving from this distance. Okay, now he is enjoyed. Okay, he achieved the target. Okay, so this is useful for other people also. So from that what we can learn, he found the problem, how he want to solve the problem using different ways. That different ways, plan A, B, C are called interpretations. Finally he achieved the solutions. That is the research problem. In this way we can solve the problem using the interpretation techniques. Okay, you can see the next video. Here also we can implement the interpretation techniques. Here this person throwing the ball to the basket easily, so it is coming back. Okay, so another person watching this one, so he want to do the same thing. Okay, so after that he plan to do that and he want to enjoy this, but what happened? The ball is not going to the basket. Then he is feeling very sad. He failed. Then he is not stopping that, and he is further thinking, and what he want to do, he measured the diameter of the basket and the length and distance, and finally write the data, and he has done the interpretation and analysis. Finally he came to one conclusion. Okay, that conclusion is, you can see here, now he is throwing the ball and the ball is reached the basket exactly. Then he reached the destination, he achieved. So you have to use the interpretation technique to achieve the any bindings, okay, any problems. This is main important for interpretation technique, how to solve the problems. So you can do in your life and achieve many things. Okay, thank you. So in this video what we have learned, how to identify the research problem and how we can solve the research problem using this interpretation techniques. Okay, thank you. We can see the next video. Thank you all.